Well, I mean, honestly, like Kody is unbelievable. First off, like amazing dude. Like, you get here and you go in my position, you go from, playing a good amount of games at a young age, and you're like, okay, I got this, in the bag now. This is my spot. And then they bring in Kody. And then at first, you're just like, wow, you're in disbelief. But you get to know the guy and you're like, all right, I understand. Like, dude, Kody literally started, I think, what, 60 plus games or something like that. So that doesn't happen too often. So, it was actually a really big blessing in my life to, make a lifetime friend. Cody was a very good dude, not just on the field, but off the field. He's always, checking up on you. Like even the younger dudes, he's always wanting the best for you, just like very genuine guy. And, I think that really helped me because I was going through a lot mentally this past year, and, losing my spot definitely did not help that case. But in the long run, it worked out for me and it was a big blessing in my life. So I'm very thankful for Cody. Like those thoughts definitely came across my mind. I mean, who wouldn't have those thoughts? Like, it's not something you want to hear. It's not something you want to hear. But I think that, I definitely made the right decision. Learning from Cody was by far one of the best things that could have happened to me. Like made me a better leader, better person, like genuinely speaking, a way better person, way more mature. There's a lot of different aspects that he definitely brought out in me that I didn't even know. So I'm very appreciative for that. And yeah, like just like you asked, there was some times where, there was a lot of struggles for myself. And I didn't know if I was supposed to be here anymore. But I prayed about it a lot. And I'm sitting here right now, and I'm a big guy in my faith, so I think that I'm here for a reason, and I think that like Cody was brought into my life for a reason. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, and they weren't. I feel like they weren't too sure. They were definitely iffy, and I definitely took that as a challenge, and it definitely brought out the best in me. This is the best ball I've ever been playing. Like I can talk about high school or whatever, but this is by far the most consistent I've been, the most locked in and get like locked in I've been. Like it genuinely brought out my love for the game and brought out the best in me. And I think that a lot of guys, coaches included, just staff members in general, can say that for sure because there was a lot of times in my earlier years that you could say I was very immature, but I think it definitely brought out a lot of good things in my life. Yeah, it definitely was. I was that year I was trying to learn under Braylon, and 4 weeks in, we're in practice. Next thing you know, he gets hurt, and I'm over here panicking, and because I mean I had played in Texas Southern, like couple drives my freshman year, but I wasn't even ready then. And now we're moving on to the next year. I'm trying to learn under Braylon. Um, really good player. Obviously, he plays for the Cowboys. So 4 weeks in, they're doing this drill, and next thing he goes off with the trainers. Later on that day, he tells me I get a text, and he's like, "Hey man, you're like I believe in you. You're gonna be starting." But I'm excited. I'm scared. I didn't know what to believe, like what to feel. Um, I didn't personally. I don't think I was like ready to play yet. I was really excited to play, that's for sure. But truth be told, I was not ready to play. So one thing I've really thought about is, and this is what I've kind of tried to reiterate to a lot of the guys, is, and I don't want to, bring in my personal life or anything like that. But one thing is I try to like ask the guys, what's your why? And one of my biggest whys is my family, especially my mom. And I say that because consistently every week, she's going through her chemo or radiation. And you know, she's over here doing these things while we're over here sitting in these nice facilities, these nice seats, getting fed, playing the game we love, like try to, cherish that and not take that for granted every day. Cause that's what I was doing. I was getting very complacent. I was taking it for granted. I don't have this time to be in college all my life, and I was really taking advantage of that. Um, and that's something that last year really put into perspective. And I was very fortunate to get a COVID year because now I get to play in the Big 12. I get to have another year. This won't be my last year because this would have been my last year. And now I get to play this year, and I'm thinking, it's going to be a very solid year for not only me but the whole team. And that's going to take us into the Big 12 and with a lot of momentum and do a lot of great things. And that's just something I really try to reiterate to the guys is don't take these things for granted because at the end of the day, nobody knows when whoever's last days is. So that's just kind of my mindset and mentality now. She's by far probably my biggest fan. My dad was my coach since I was like 5 years old up until sixth grade, so about 12 years old. But my mom was always there. She was always my biggest fan. She made it to every single game. Well, my parents have made it to every single game, but yeah, my mom is by far my biggest fan. Texts me every morning, sends me different quotes or pictures or whatever it is, and just telling me, she's proud of me, she loves me. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a really good thing to have a really really good family, good parents that help motivate you. But yeah, it definitely helps me a lot. I will say this: Demetrius is going to be a very good player. He's going to be a very solid player. He needs to, get some things down, just like with me, whenever I was younger. He needs to get stronger. He needs to gain a little bit more weight back. He got he got a little light, but I can't remember what he came in at, a little over 300 maybe, but now he's in like, the mid 280s, which isn't bad. He got in shape and now he just needs to put that weight back on, but good weight. But Demetrius is gonna be one heck of a player. He's gonna be very good, very, very, very good. I see a very bright future for him. Um, he honestly, makes me better. I really enjoy, knowing the fact that I'm the older guy now. He comes to me for whatever it is, and it makes my life, like it makes me feel good because that was me to Kody last year. That was me to Braylon 2 years ago, and it's a really cool thing to see. Like Demetrius is learning under me now, and he's going to be a very good player. Just needs to fix little things here and there, but yeah, he's definitely got a bright future for sure.
I'm sure you've heard of shake and bake. Is he pancakes in your waffle, or they they
No, we
got a
actually
nickname
joke
for
with
you
him.
yet?
We joke with him a lot. We call him literally everything but we'll call him Waffle Bus, IHOP, whatever. But no, they got a few nicknames for me, but I got a lot of nicknames for all the guys. It's actually pretty funny. We got a good group. Patrick Paul is one of my best friends, and I will say this, not even being biased, Patrick Paul will be a very good player this year. He's going to be a big part of our offensive line. Like he will be considered an elite tackle. I feel like here in the next few years, he's got he's got little things. Everybody has a few things to fix. But Patrick is a very solid O lineman, very solid person, very solid friend. I think Patrick has a very bright future ahead of him as well. And Cam's one of my best friends too. They're all one of some of my best friends, and I'm so fortunate to have those guys, honestly, because I don't see I don't see us ever falling apart. I really don't. They're all such good people. They're so funny. We got a funny group. Cam, we'll go do stuff on the weekends and just hang out, whatever it is. Patrick will be there. All the guys will be there, but um, Tank, he's one of the funniest people I will ever meet. He doesn't even know it. He's He's definitely a goofball. I will say that, but he doesn't try to be. That's what makes him so funny. And Ruben, he's a loud guy, but Ruben is very down to earth and wants the best for you. I always tell him, I'm like, Ru, whenever you whenever you compliment me, I really appreciate it because I know it's the truth. Because Ruben will definitely tell you the truth. But you know, we have a solid group of guys. Yeah. No, Tay's been really solid. He's he's not playing to his size at all. Tay will definitely, like he'll go run you over if he needs to. He'll go hit the hole. He will bounce it outside. He'll do whatever he needs to do. Same with Brandon. Brandon's been very solid. I was really Everybody's really impressed with him. Whenever he came in, Stacy Sneed. Everybody's been very impressed with Stacy. Uh, Keelan, Keelan Walker. He came in with me, but he had a few injuries here and there, but Keelan had a very solid fall camp. Everybody was proud of him. James Fulbright, everybody loves James. Um, he's mine and Pat Paul's locker buddy, and we always mess with James because like he's just a really good dude, and I see a very 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 um, bright future for our offense this year. I think we're gonna do a lot of good things. It's really unfortunate losing Alto, but we definitely got guys that definitely stepped up, and I'm proud of them for that, and I commend them. Yeah, Clayton's definitely locked in. I mean, that's the best way to put it. That dude is locked in. He's definitely got his eyes on um, winning a championship, going past that, going to New Year's Six. But obviously, the first thing is you got to win the next game. Our next game is UTSA, and he makes it very clear. Clay's definitely done a great job of leading the offense, getting us all together. Being vocal, really stepped up a lot. And I've been able to personally see this from young Clayton to older Clayton, and Clay's done a really good job bringing this offense together within the past few years. I'm proud of him. I love him. One of my best friends, and I'm excited to be able to snap those balls to him this year.